Hello everybody, welcome to JC Let's Play. My name is Jonathan Cook, and this is episode 11 of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. We're once again joined by Miah Aliapoh. We get a hello wave from her, and when we last left off, we had just finished up a bit of the story quest, and we're going to pick up some others. So I'm just going to run out and do that very quickly. You'll notice we've got some quest markers and a number of other markers on our mini-map, but we need to talk to Gurkhant again. He apparently has a new quest for us, and looks like we'll be able to get some new armor again. Loam maintenance. Gurkhant seeks fertile soil to improve the yields of his newly plowed fields. Blast! At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had black loam, just a bit could send our stocks soaring. I'll bet Rotwita? That's right, Rotwita knows where you can find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. Alright, and so, sorry to just kind of jump into things today, but in an attempt to make things a bit shorter, we're just going to move very quickly. A pound of cure, high potions in short supply at Tiller's Rest, and Kanmar hopes to remedy that. If you're headed to Tiller's Rest, I have a favor to ask of you. The pirates have been away from sea for too long, and their broken hearts turn to bloodshed for solace. A full supply of medicine lasts barely a week. If you could buy a high potion and take it up to Whitealoaf, you might save some lives. So I need to purchase a high potion and take it to Whitealoaf. So I'm going to talk to our merchant and mender, who no doubt has high potions in stock, and purchase tools. And you'll see we have a number of tools here, but if I scroll down the bottom, there we have a high potion. Purchase one for 146 gil. There's not much I can do to change that price. So we'll just pay it and be on our way. So I want to come talk to the NPC for loam maintenance first. Loam. Sorry, it sounds like I'm saying loan to myself with an N when it clearly has an M. And there's Rotvita. Rotvita? Maybe, I don't know. That Gurkhant's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the aurochs that dwell there. Once you've 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Freywall at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Alright, so we've got to go and get some black loam and then head to Tiller's Rest. There is the cook pot. I can remember... Oh, we need to do this quest down here. What am I thinking before I run that way? We'll do this quest and then we'll go up to Tiller's Rest and the cook pot. I had completely forgotten about this quest. We'll start at that side and work our way along. And the mossless Gooboo. And speaking of which, let me check my hunting log. Wind sprites are in Lower Lanicea. Nesting buzzards, cave bats, grounded pirates are in middle. Oh, there's some goblins. They are not hostile, given the symbol by their level, but that doesn't mean I just want to run through them. And we'll hit this Yarzan nest, and angry Yarzans burst out from the nest. So we'll let Emerald Carbuncle get some attacks in there before we unleash Fury. Fury of our 2 spells thus far. Of course, why am I not using Aether Flow? No, Carbuncle, you have that to deal with. Aether Flow, again, an ability that restores maximum MP 20%, but I can also charges the energy drain ability. And we'll move on to the next one of those. Looks to be right there. Kind of, the circle's a little off. Of course, it's just there to show you generally where things are at. And there we have Carbuncle on both enemies. I'm just going to turn him over on the other one real quick. I'll finish off this one. Oh, and Carbuncle's a little hurt. Let's heal him. And there we go. That is 2 of the 3 nests done. So 1 more to go. Interacting. And there it is. Oh, attack it. Don't attack me. Perfect. And I'll throw a bio over on that one so it's doing damage the entire time. And our quest is finished. Fantastic. Now let's go up and... I know I've got to go down to turn that in, but I'm going to avoid this fate here just because that kind of ate up some time in the last episode, doing the fate that appeared right on top of me. Let's hit sprint. Again, I'm not used to using sprint because I've been playing a lot of melee physical damage classes, and TP, which is used for sprint, is the resource that's used for all of their abilities. So I've just got to get used to playing a caster and having the ability to sprint without a cost. So here we have the cauldron for the for loam maintenance. And we have the aurochs. Now these are aggressive creatures. You can tell by the symbol or by their name, their level, that red triangle. So they can do quite a bit of damage. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid that one, so I'm going to send Carbuncle in first. Oh, and I have 2 on me. I was not lucky enough to get away from that, and I'm going to avoid pounding whatever it is, and help Carbuncle take down this Auroch, and send it onto that one. And our spirit bond is complete with the hempen half robe and pair of leather sandals. Oh yes, that is one thing I do want to do. I noticed that my initial level 1 book I had not completed my spirit bond with. You can see that down in the tooltip underneath condition. My spirit bond is at 96%, so I'm actually going to downgrade my weapon for a bit just because it's so close and finish off that spirit bond. Oh, and I'm probably going to end up with 2 aurochs on me again. Maybe not, though. Oh, and make sure I'm out of that area of effect. I do believe Carbuncle can take a hit slightly better than I can. And one more time, Carbuncle. Let's just take that one out. How much spirit bond did that give me? That did give me 2%, so I expect it to be fully spirit bonded after killing this enemy. And what spirit bonding does is, besides just locking the equipment... Oh, and we ended up with 2 wounded aurochs. That's unfortunate. Instead of just bonding the equipment to the character that you're playing, it also gives you the ability to turn it into materia. And, oh yes, a marauder, a helpful marauder there. And we will give her a bow as a thank you. And I have emotes turned off in my chat logs, so here's the black loam we need. So we'll pick those up very quickly. I'm thinking black loam must be some sort of fertilizer, perhaps auroch dung. And this last one's going to take its time interacting, and that is all 3. As we move by, we'll hit this with a bio just to help our companion there who gave us a hand. And I'm just going to finally leave the cauldron. Luckily, the fate did not spawn in there while I was in there. There's a fate that takes place in the cauldron where a much larger auroch, it's a boss fate, a single auroch spawns, and it is much larger. And our spirit bond with that grimoire has completed, so let's re-equip the leather grimoire. No, I wanted the maple. Re-equip that one. And I believe... Perhaps not. No, I cannot. But what Spirit Bonded equipment does is it allows you... I realized that I had gotten off track. It allows you to convert items into materia. Here we've spoken to Wide Loaf. I'm plumb out of potions. I'm sorry for any sufferer knocking on my door. May as well be knocking on death's. All I can offer them is a prayer. Well, luckily for you, we brought you a potion. Were I a God-fearing man, I'd say you were heaven sent. After the dust settles from the next pirate brawl, some sorry soul will owe you his lousy life. I pity the poor fish out of water. At first I thought the fights were just to kill time, but now I believe some truly have a death wish. There's naught can be done about that. We can't make 'em want to live. Alls we can do is hope they learn to love the land. And we'll take that hempen sash, which is a significant increase for equipment, since currently we are not wearing any item on her waist. So let's equip that. And we will talk to Freywall here. Even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. Well, I have some black loam for you. But a bit of this black loam ought to change all that. I hadn't seen any in ages. Gathering black loam's not for the weak of will, nor the weak of stomach, eh? Ha ha ha. Oh, don't tell me Gurkhan and Rotwida, there we go, neglected to mention where black loam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from Auroch's lair, of all places. From the Auroch's lair, of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? What matters is that all your efforts have brought us the black loam, and we can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you. And the leather ring bands. And we get our level 10. Obviously, I'm going to talk to Freywall before I get into that much further. Ooh, we'll get new pants. Actually, those are the pants that I bought for myself. So we'll actually probably go with the elegant bronze piece. Freywall needs stolen farm tools recovered. Confounded... I clicked when I wasn't supposed to. They're biting the hands that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself if I hadn't sworn to Staleweird that I wouldn't fight no more. So I need you to bring back our farm tools and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown. But as you saw, when I hit level 10, I gained a new skill, Miasma, another damage over time skill, I believe. But I also gained attribute points. If I open my character sheet, hitting the C on my keyboard, or you can open it through the button there, you'll see above my attributes here, I have a plus symbol with a bonus 3. If I click on that, it's going to open up point allotment, in which I can put points into any of these skills. Obviously, I want to focus on the skills that are going to be most beneficial to me, since I am probably going to end up going the summoner route with this character. I'm going to put them into intelligence, as intelligence affects damage of magical damage, as you can see there, affects attack magic potency. And so I'm just going to put all 3 into that there and accept. And it's as simple as that. And it is possible once you've unlocked your Grand Company, joined your Grand Company, and gotten to a certain rank to... I'm sorry, my brain just shut down. To reallocate those points through the purchase of an item. It costs 10,000 Grand Company seals, which might sound like a lot, but by the time you get to where you're going to be doing that, and you won't be doing it a lot, you'll be able to farm those up very quickly. It should also be noted that those are unique to each class. So if I were to do my level 10 Arcanist class quest and go unlock Marauder, for example, and level it to 10, I get new attribute points for each class. But we're going to finish this quest very quickly, getting our 3 farm tools from these pirates, and then we'll wrap up this episode. And I suppose it'll be episode 12 where we do our level 10 Arcanist class quest. So let's do this. Carbuncle, go get 'em. And we're going to start off with a bio, and then we're going to throw Miasma, just as a skill I haven't had the chance to use yet. And you see they got the disease and Miasma damage over time. Ow, and I still got hit by that overpower, even though I was out of the circle, or out of the AoE marker. That does happen on occasion. It is a latency issue. Masamune being a Japanese server, my latency is a little higher, so I have to adjust for that. But casters have trouble with that. And again, you'll see I got hit by that one, and that interrupted my cast. Perhaps I should open with a different spell, except I'm going to use Bio to pull that. Captain Peter Pigeontoe. I didn't realize I was pulling a captain. So be it. We'll cast Miasma, and we'll refresh Bio before we start to cast Ruin. While Carbuncle handles the good captain there. And there we... No, we didn't get it. That just completed our spirit bond with the leather light mitts. Speaking of which, I forgot to change my equipment. So, let's try this again. You, give us our last item, please. I didn't want to cast the heal. I wanted to cast Miasma. And Carbuncle launching our opponent back there. And that time he didn't get the option of using. There's our last farm tool. So, we'll go and turn this quest in very quickly. And then I'm just going to return to Limsa Lominsa. And our Moogle Cap Spirit Bond has completed. Freywall. I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. And we'll give him the stolen farm tools. Ah, good to see the tools back, and in serviceable condition, which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. The wretch likely had a role in the theft. Spied him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. I couldn't care less if the wastrel won't work, but when he consorts with cutpurses to take our tools away, he's crossed the line. Stalwern ought to know what sort of scalawag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you? So, that would be our next quest. However, because the next thing I'm going to do is going to be my level 10 class quest, I'm going to return to Lower Limsa Lower Decks, Limsa Lominsa Lower Decks, and then we'll wrap out the episode. And here we are in Limsa Lominsa. We'll get turned around so we can say our farewells to Miah. Again, as I have in other episodes, I want to thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. If you liked the video, if you could give it a like, possibly a favorite. If you like the channel as a whole, if you could subscribe, that would be fantastic. Last I checked, we were at 75 subscribers. We've picked up one more since starting this series. And once we go to live streaming, I'd really like to be able to contain that on YouTube as well. But until I'm at 100 subscribers, I cannot do that. So in the meantime, my name is Jonathan Cook. This is JC Let's Play. We'll get a farewell wave from Miah Aliapoh, and I wish you all the best and hope that you take care and peace out.